gorgeous women, and welcome to the next episode of Love Unleashed TV with Nikki and the Love Unleashed podcast. So today's question was sent in by one of my beautiful clients actually, and she wanted to know, she's just recently gotten into a new relationship where she's been doing long distance, and she wanted to know how to actually have a healthy relationship after doing long distance. And I'm like, ooh, yeah, girl, this was me. So when Gary and I first met, I was living in Cairns and he was living down in Brisbane. So we did long distance, probably only for about 3 months, but it was very different to when we actually ended up living together in the same space. And the biggest thing for us was there was a couple of things. It was like one, getting used to having someone in your space all the time after you've lived by yourself. That was pretty big. But two, what became really, really clear was that we had to be very, very open and have clear communication about what was going on for us. We had a lot of stuff come up, and that's totally natural. You know, when you're doing that long distance experience, you've got so much space, you've still got your own lives, you're still like, doing your own thing. And then when you're coming together, it's like so exciting, and oh my goodness. So what happened for me when I moved from Cairns to Brisbane was that all of a sudden, I didn't have any friends, I didn't have a job, I was fully dependent on him, and it really like threw a spanner in the works. We got very close to being like, nah, screw this. I think he was a bit more like, oh my gosh, what have I signed on for? Which I totally get. So what actually ended up happening was that I had to get really, really clear on deciding to actually create a life for myself here. So not relying on him and depending on him, because it can be really easy to slip into that. So my love, when you do make the move, if it is you moving to the new place, sign on to doing things like join groups, make sure that you get out and you build your own life in this new place. And I know it takes time and it can be hard, but when we put too much pressure and expectation on our partner to be everything for us, it's gonna fall apart. There's not one person on this planet that can be everything for you. So really take that time and be like, right, do your research before you move. Look into things that interest you and that turn you on and spark joy for you, and set about preparing yourself to move into that. In regards to the relationship itself, because just touching on that a little bit more, is that's going to build confidence for you. It's going to build like feeling more like you're in your own space as opposed to just being in his space, and you're building a life for yourself. Really, really important. In regards to the relationship, ensuring that communication, like you just keep talking, you keep having that open communication, the effective communication where you're not blaming, pointing the finger, or definitely do not turn around and say, I moved here for you and it's your fault that I'm feeling like this, because that is just going to be like a grenade for your relationship. Really just open up and be in a space of responsibility, and just saying like things like, if you're struggling, like I'm feeling lonely, I feel really lonely, I feel really sad, and get creative. Look at the ways in which you can actually diffuse that loneliness. In regards to the relationship, the key is going to be having open communication and speaking vulnerably, and just letting your person know what's really going on for you without pointing the finger and without blaming. As soon as we start blaming and pointing the finger, it's just a recipe for disaster. So ensuring that if something is going on for you, if you are struggling, talking to your partner about it, allowing him to be the person that holds you, and then coming up with solutions to move you forward, rather than get stuck in that, oh my God, I moved here for you and it's not working, and rah, 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 whatever can possibly come from that. If you're feeling lonely, coming up with solutions to quell that, and get to a point where you can maybe just go home and see your family once a month, or just get creative and have those conversations, because reality is, if you're talking about it, there's always a solution. But if you're not talking about it and you're not opening up to each other, then you're never going to get anywhere. So I hope this helps you with this move, making sure that you're building a life for yourself, that you're getting out there, putting yourself out there, meeting new people. If that's something that's really hard for you, jump on Facebook, join a group, and just say, hey, for like, even a lot of places also have, friends groups and things like that, where you can reach out and say, hey, I'm moving to such and such, and I would love to meet some new people. Would anybody be keen to have a coffee? If you're a bit more introverted, but if you're more open and extroverted, then get yourself out into those places. If you love hiking, go join a hiking group, putting yourself in places where you're actually going to meet like-minded people so you can build a life for yourself in that place. And then secondly, making sure that you're communicating with your partner, really having those conversations, letting them know what's going on for you, not taking it out on him, because you did choose to move there, remember too. So not making it about him and blaming him for your unhappiness. Be proactive and decide that you're going to do what it takes to make it work. So I hope this helps you. Let me know if you have any questions as usual, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. Invite your friends as well. Share this message with anyone that you know who may be transitioning from a long distance relationship to moving in with their partner. And I look forward to seeing you on the next episode.